Happy New Year. As we move into the new year, I have one thing to ask you. Have you prepared yourself for dry January? Welcome to the Wrektless Podcast. My name is Chris. This is my 26th episode, and I'm closing out the new year and want to talk about a few things. The first thing is wondering if everyone out there is ready for a dry January. 31 days, no alcohol. Can you do it? Are you willing to? Do you think you could handle it? I propose this challenge to everyone out there to go the entire month without drinking. 1 month. See if you can do it. See if it leads to more. If not, that's okay, but you have to start somewhere. You have to make that commitment and see if you can follow through with it. Another thing we're going to talk about here is the beer of the year. The non-alcoholic beer of the year for me, that is. So my favorite beer this year so far is the Lamb of God Ghost Walker. This has been a delicious one. It reminds me of an Imperial style IPA, hop heavy, nice and bitter. We're going to open one again right now. So I've done one just about this, but closing out the new year, just wanted to sit down, have another drink with it and talk to everyone about how good non-alcoholic beers can be. They can be fantastic. So far, I've found a lot of good ones out there. I've been enjoying Brewdog, Athletic Brewing. I've seen commercials recently for other new ones too that I didn't even know existed. That is a delicious non-alcoholic beer. Holy cow, what a great way to bring in the new year. There's still time. Dry January starts soon. You can have these non-alcoholic beers and pretend to drink the whole month. See if you can get through it. 31 days, no alcohol. I challenge everyone out there. See if you can handle it. Don't even do non-alcoholic. I didn't touch them until, it was about 9 months of sobriety before I even felt comfortable with the idea of a non-alcoholic beer. So it took me a while to get to it. It could take you as well. But if not, and you're willing to make the transition, it's right there for you to take it. Do yourself a favor. Take on the challenge. See if you can get through dry January. Give everyone that challenge. Dry January, sober October. We can name them after any month you want. But really, it's taking the time to look at yourself. Look at how you're bringing yourself into the new year. Maybe you're like me and you're constantly changing, growing, and moving forward through life instead of just staying stagnant in one position or mental place. Been working on my mental health, and that's something that comes along with me with not drinking, is actually sorting through trauma, past issues, things like that. Everyone could take the Sober October, the month of January, to try to do some of that. Maybe do some self-care, some self-work. Start out the year focusing on how you react to your environment, whether it's through the consumption of alcohol or if you're actually going to take accountability, responsibility for your actions, and move forward. Because no matter what's happened to you, no matter what you've done, the only thing that you can do is control what you do moving forward. We're moving into a new year. The idea is that we are moving forward. So let's continue that path. Let's move forward. And that's the whole concept that I'm talking about, is constantly moving forward in your life. We can't go back through the rest of this past year, and you can't go back to anything in your past. All you can do is focus on moving forward. Control how you react to things moving forward, or at least attempt to. Take it upon yourself to take the initiative to better yourself, to improve. I know that there's no one out there where alcohol is doing anything actually good for them. We may think that it is. People get notions that it's okay. I'm a functioning alcoholic. There's no such thing. That's just a thing alcoholics tell themselves for an excuse to keep drinking. So drop the idea of functional alcoholism. It's non-functional. That's all that it is. That's all alcoholism is non-functional. You're skating by usually when you're drinking heavily, and you seem to be able to do the best around others who are drinking heavily because they don't want to hold themselves accountable, so they're not going to hold you accountable. So surrounding yourselves with those who are going to give you the space to allow you to better yourself, maybe changing your crowds if they're just heavy drinking crowds, and maybe getting away from that whole atmosphere can help move forward. What am I going to do? What can I do? You may ask. I go to the bars. I don't know what to do with myself. There are plenty of online communities that you can reach out to through your phone, video game systems, computers, whatever. People you probably work with who would hang out with you in non-alcohol situations. You just may have never considered it. So, again, Happy New Year. I wish everyone the best this year. I hope that everyone can find a place to come to where they don't feel the need to intoxicate themselves with alcohol, where we are all able to come together and heal together, because that's really how healing happens. It happens within, and it also happens without. It happens among us. It happens within groups. And that's what we need to look forward and hope for in the future, is for healing. And we need to take responsibility for healing ourselves so that then we can heal bridges, heal gaps, come together, and just all around be a better functioning society in the absence of intoxication. Once again, my name is Chris. I wish you a Happy New Year. This has been the Wrektless Podcast. This is my first year of this podcast. I got in a good 26 episodes, and it's been a great time. Again, I leave you walking into a new year, a new future, hoping that we could all live a little happier, a little healthier, with a little more self-care, and a little more wrecked less. Thank you, and Happy New Year.